Early on, when we started, with the first 4 kids, there was a light went off once we saw what could happen, what we really could affect. While every time we saw one person succeed, we just wanted to help another one. And so there was a general interest in offering more and more scholarships, even before we even had the money to fund them.
My father, while we were growing up, was a great example of a working class blue collar guy who had taken care of himself most of his life.
The influence that Daniel had on both Jim and I think was pretty similar, which is he was a role model. There's this can-do attitude. There's this this concept that opportunity is a right, not a privilege. And his father was all about basically having a level playing field.
Young people who work hard should be offered the opportunity for a better life.
I grew up on the southwest side of Chicago in a neighborhood called McKinley Park. When I was a scholar, there was only 50 of us. When I was awarded the scholarship, I didn't realize what was ahead. Went into college and had the opportunity of getting the Evans Scholarship. I realized that my time in DMSF was just a life-altering experience.
When I was in 8th grade, I think my mom heard through a friend about the program, and it was in their very first or second year. So I was in the first class of like 10 or 12 people. Daniel Murphy's Scholarship Foundation was a monumental point in my life. Because of the scholarship, I learned the value of an education, I think, because it made me appreciate more that I had to work for it a little more. It just wasn't given to me.
It's really an idea, and it's a belief. I think the idea that a level playing field will allow all boats to rise, and those who otherwise wouldn't have a chance to excel is still there and is still burning brightly. Some of these kids are in what I would call a vicious cycle, and we transform them into kind of a virtuous circle. What started out as being a scholarship program has now evolved into a program of shaping and building lives.
A founder always wants his vision to remain intact, and it never does. This one comes pretty close. When I think back as to why did I do this? Why did others do this? My reasons started with my father. My reasons started with the opportunities that I received. Today, it's about impacting the lives of others in this community.